Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bailey.
And I'm Raquel.
And this is the Whole Shebang Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Whole Shebang Podcast. This is episode 30, and it's our fandom episode where we're going to talk about Pokemon. And so, why do we like Pokemon?
We're millennials.
We grew up on this stuff, and it is well-loved today, still.
Yes.
So...
Let's just start off with our past Pokemon selves. Have you been a fan of Pokemon since you were a child?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I remember tuning in to WB on the big satellite dish to watch Pokemon in the mornings. There's only be 2 episodes at 9 a.m. on Saturdays, and then by 12, all the cartoons were off.
Lucky you having that channel. Some of us didn't have that. We had to get VHSs of the episode.
Yeah, I had to go to her house to watch the episodes on her VHS.
Yeah. No, I was lucky. It was on channel A3, WB was. I was so happy.
Yeah, no, we were not that luxurious.
I had a couple VHSs, but Raquel, she and the mother load.
Yeah, because I was obsessed. And I think I was like one of the only people. I felt very much like nobody else was really into Pokemon except for maybe Judy. And it was just not a popular thing when I was a kid, but I was obsessed with it.
Mostly the boys.
Yeah.
Not a lot of the girls were into Pokemon like I was. But a lot of the boys were. And they had those nifty... The things that you could plug into your Game Boy to trade Pokemon.
The link cables.
Yeah, the link cables. I didn't have one, so I had to go and trade with the boys at school. So.
I just kind of like hid my love of Pokemon because it wasn't cool. So like it became surprising when I would hear, even in high school, people talking about Pokemon and be like, I know exactly what you're talking about. It still happens, by the way. I do academia, and I'm sitting in this lecture, and after the lecture, we always have a party, and we drink wine, as adults do. And some of the guys were sitting in the corner, the people I'd usually talk to about Mesopotamian things and cuneiform, and they're talking about their latest Pokemon adventure together. And I sat down and I chatted with the guys, and they're like, the women in the group were very entertained that I could keep up with their partners when talking about Pokemon.
I had one day I was sitting in the college doing some studying or something, and there were some, at that point I guess they were around my age, but they were talking about some Pokemon, and they were describing like, that's the one that looks like a Seahorse, but it's in final evolution, and I can't remember its name, and I just turned to them, I'm like across the room, and I just say, Kingdra! Painful! I just go back to myself, and they're all looking at me, and it's like, yeah, I know Pokemon, just leave me alone.
It's funny because, like, Pokemon in general, it's not widely accepted as a girl's thing. You know how you have, like, Barbies are a girl's thing, Pokemon was a boy's thing, which, obviously, that's nonsense. But, I don't know, just at Fan Expo we've talked about on the podcast, there are a lot of girls there, and it was surprising. And it's like, oh, I'm not the only one who likes Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah. It was weird. I was into a lot of boy stuff when I was younger. So, I don't know. It always made sense, but I never considered it when I was younger. Boys things, girls things. It was just, oh, I like this thing, and then no other girls would like it. It's like, that's weird, but okay, that's fine.
Well, I mean, maybe it's wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but I mean, do you remember in the very first games, they only had you playing as the male character, Red?
Oh,
But
yeah.
then when you got to the second game, you had the option of being a male or a female. And so maybe at that point they did realize that, oh, wait, there's a lot more girls into this.
Actually, the latest game, the new Legends game, which obviously Judy and I have played.
Yeah, Bailey.
I haven't.
My brother is also an avid Pokemon lover. That's definitely my fault. He's younger than me, so it's 100% my fault. He was kind of complaining because all of the clothing options were better for girls and there was nothing for boys. And he's like, I just made my character a girl because I got so sick of trying to find good clothes for my male character.
And see, I always found in games, usually it's the male characters that have the better options for clothes. And that's why I choose the male character, because they have better outfits.
Which is really funny because they flipped it. And he's like, all I can wear is this trench cloak or, weird hippie sweater. And I was like, well...
Actually, I didn't like a lot of the options for those.
No, I didn't either.
I ended up wearing... I actually joked with myself, like... You know that mob Team Rust or whatever it was? I actually thought my character actually looks like they'd fit into Team Rust. I was wearing like the black shoes, the black pants. I had this black leather jacket with like a little bit of an orange t-shirt. Maybe people will know when they see it. I had black or very dark hair with a little bit of purple in it.
Hey, me too.
I looked like I was in Team Rust all the time. So when I joined Team Rust, it's like, okay, I fit in. But then when they opened up that fancy store, I was trying to get into that store all the time, and I guess you'll know when you play the game what's going on. That I guess it was just part of the game schematic that you don't get in until a certain point of the game. I got into the store and I thought, okay, finally, I'll get some good clothes. No, there's nothing good in that store.
Like weird pattern suits.
Yeah, and part of the game is they give you this stupid purple pattern suit, and I'm sorry if people actually like the suit, but I hate it. It's awful.
I was looking at my character at one point and I was like, okay, I could be a dark type trainer. Because it's like all the best options are black or purple, and I gave myself yellow eyes and I was like, I kind of look like a weird Umbria.
But yeah, no. I like how now you can customize your character.
Yes, that's
I will say I'm not very happy with the options they had in ZA.
They're better than the Legends Arceus game. Those clothing options were not great either.
Yeah, well, it was also way back in the day.
Still, they had like 4 options.
I will say, though, out of all the Pokemon games, Arceus is still my favorite.
Yes, I also liked the mechanics a lot.
Arceus is great.
I'm really interested in the new Pokemon one where you are a Ditto and you farm.
That's... Okay, I've seen things for that one. They're going a lot off of, like, not Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
And...
Which is up your alley, Bailey.
Which is up my alley, because I play a lot of farming games, so I've played Animal Crossing, Harvest Moon, Story of Seasons. Anyway, I really like it, and I'm really looking forward to that one, because it is something new. I have found, like, with Pokemon Legends ZA... I think they're turning them out too fast.
Yeah.
And they're not really putting the quality in that I would like to see in games, because I do play quite a few games from indie creators and even AAA studios, and they're very well put together. And Pokemon is not giving that.
Fair.
It's turning them out to make a profit because people will still buy the game because it's Pokemon. Not really much quality. They could do way better.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a common complaint.
It is. I see that complaint a lot. But it's true. Like, you're a multi-million-dollar company. You don't have to be churning out your games every 2 years, actually, or every year, I think it's been.
This is reminding me I haven't opened my Pokemon Pocket packs yet today.
Oh, I was going through today, actually, and... opening up the individual booster packs because I could open 10 and I had about 700 of the hourglasses saved up, and I switched phones, so I had to restart Pokemon Pocket. So I've been trying to get my collection back.
I've been sending you things. I don't know what you have or don't have, though. That's the problem.
I've been accepting everything.
Yeah, I've been picking the ones where, because it tells me how many in each pack you have. So there's some where it's like you have 5 out of 200, and I was like, okay, I can just give her literally anything, and she probably doesn't have it yet.
So yeah, I've been going through the boosters because they're not as full as like the full set packs that they did. So I've been going and I'm filling up there. I just have to get 120 more of the hourglasses. I only have, I think, 109, so I'm almost there to get 10 packs open from the most recent booster. So
I've almost completed that one, apart from the, like, rare cards.
So I've been going through and getting that. As you can tell, we're very Pokemon-based. Pokemon is very much a big part of our life.
I'm sorry, guys. I quit playing that game.
I noticed.
That's fine.
I couldn't do it. I've even stopped playing Pokemon Go.
I only play Pokemon Go when I'm in an Uber.
I only play Pokemon Go when I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
So once a year.
Yeah, pretty much. Fan Expo was a great time for
Yes, it
Pokemon
was.
Go.
Yes.
It was great. I will say my favorite Pokemon game was not Arceus. It was Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of the Sky. That was the one for me. You
I have
still
not
haven't
played
it. Oh, you've played it. Yeah. No?
I have played the Mystery Dungeon. I don't think I've played that Mystery
You played
Dungeon.
Darkness or Time, right?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think so.
So you know the storyline.
Yeah, I know the storyline. I just don't know if I played that Mystery Dungeon in particular.
No, the only difference in Explorers of the Sky is that they have some extra bonus missions
Oh,
that
okay.
you learn about different characters. So the Mystery Dungeon was actually a kind of spin-off from the Mystery Dungeon kind of genre.
Mm-hmm.
So when Pokemon did it, they first started with Mystery Dungeon Blue or Red or something like that, where you only had like the first 3 generations, I think.
Okay, yeah, that sounds...
And then that one, you're a Pokemon. Of course, you've been turned into a Pokemon for whatever reason, and you're trying to save the world from being hit by a meteor or something like that. The second one was my favorite because of Grovyle the Thief and Shiny Celebi, because you could totally ship those two. Yes, there's a Pokemon ship now.
I've heard you've talked
And
about this.
it's also just a really great storyline because, especially if it's the first time you've played it, you don't really know what's going on. You don't really get the twists and turns until they're there.
I think my favorite game has been Conquest. I wish they would remake it because they could make it as they have Legends and do it a lot more detailed and in-depth, but I really enjoyed that I could evolve, and I liked being a warlord and conquering cities.
See, it sounds like a really fun version of the Pokemon game that they could just go back to.
You are a warlord, link with Pokemon, and you get like 3 buddies, and you go around
actually-
conquering places.
A part of it actually was that you had to find your perfect link.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something that they could totally go back to and make probably a lot of money off of.
And when you go and you conquer a city, you can then get that city's warlords and their, like, subordinates, and they can also find their perfect link and evolve, which is kind of fun. And then battle a very pretty man at the end. He's got very long, luscious hair.
Okay, so those are our favorite Pokemon games. What would you say is your favorite Pokemon?
Well, mine, Judy just gave us cards earlier. It's this very, you can't see it at all, cute, shiny Oddish. Maybe I'll take a picture and post it on Instagram and Facebook and every other social media platform we're on. So Oddish has been my favorite since I was a child, and I can explain this. I love plants, obviously. And I used to dream that one day I'd find a magic genie and make Pokemon real, and there would be a whole bunch of Oddishes in my backyard. And I just thought it was super cute. And I don't have a favorite Oddish, like, evolved form, but I also love the gym leader Erica, because, you know, we're old, so we watched the original Pokemon series, and she was my favorite. And I loved her story with Gloom, was super cute. But yeah, Oddish is adorable. So Oddish has been my childhood favorite. I also really liked Vulpix. Brock had a super cute Vulpix. I like animals. Vulpix is a little foxy. I love foxes. It makes sense. I'm also very impartial. Like, I love Espeon. Cliche to like an Eeveelution, I think. Because everybody has a favorite Eeveelution. But yeah, Espeon as well. But it's funny because these are my favorite Pokemon, but if I played the games, I never used them.
Oddish only gets you so far.
Yeah. And the Eevees are fine, but I find they're very limited. Where I can do like a dual typed Pokemon and it's usually stronger. So I've gotten really into using Gyarados, and I used to hate Gyarados, but now I really like Gyarados. And Steelix, actually.
Okay, you're going for like the worm.
Yeah, I guess I got a little dragon
With a worm?
I mean, I like dragons too. Dragalge was one of my new favorites, I think. But I think it's just because it's purple. But yeah, I don't know. I like a lot of Pokemon. Milotic also a really good one. Again, Wormy. Maybe I just have a thing for Wormy. If it's a flower, I probably like it. If it's a cute little dog or cat thing, I probably like it. Judy, your turn.
I've always had a soft spot for Latios and Latias. Those two, I loved the movie they were in. I loved like the brother-sister bond thing. Pledge is the newest one that I've really come to like. That one's got the cool and mysterious vibe, I think.
Oh, I didn't even talk about my love of ghost Pokemon. That's a whole other story.
You and your Gengar.
There's a lot of Gengars everywhere, but I also like Chandelier.
I've found, especially working as a vendor, a lot of people have asked me recently, do you have any Gengars? Do you have Gengar? Like,
It's
oh my
interesting
gosh,
how
Gengar!
popular it became.
Yeah. Me loving singing Meloetta also, but oh my gosh, it's all the legendaries and pseudo legends. If I had to go for a non-pseudo legend, I would go with Alolan Ninetales.
Oh.
That one's really beautiful.
I do like the look of that one.
I mean, regular Ninetales also very pretty. And probably because of the Mystery Dungeon game, Grovyle is also really cool.
I did get your list of all your favorite Pokemon
Yes,
at
you
one
did.
point.
Hit that
I
list.
quizzed her on it, yeah. But yeah, it's funny what you said about Gengar because I found when we were at Fan Expo, we were looking for certain Pokemon because my brother likes very obscure Pokemon too. And it was just the Eeveelutions, Gengar, and occasionally Pikachu that we saw a lot of.
Uh-huh.
And like not even Charizard, which is a fan favorite, was there. Maybe it was sold out. I don't know. But I remember somebody had an Oddish Vileplume and Gloom sticker, and I want it. Like, I bought it. And they're like, another person who loves things these evolutions. I'm like, yeah, they're my favorite. And they're like, nobody ever buys these. But I really wish vendors would branch out. Because I saw something that said, like, everybody has a favorite Pokemon. And it's just, like, them showing kids picking different Pokemon that are their favorites, which, you know, it's true. Everybody does have a favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember I had a point when I was making like these very mini Pokemon, and it was like a whole bucket full of them. And I saw people picking out some of the most obscure ones. Like I had somebody take the Smeargle, and it's like, okay, I kind of made that one on a win, but sure. It's like $1, take it.
What?
Bailey, your favorite Pokemon, Bailey?
So my favorite Pokemon, Judy also got me a Charmander, which is one of my favorites. And I know cliche as it's one of the starters, but I like any sort of dragon Pokemon. So like Charizard, Dragonite, Dragonair.
You know what I noticed? You don't have any Pokemon on the wall yet, so I think your birthday gift is going to be... I painted Pinches up here. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see this painting. I think I need to paint you a Charizard.
I do. I really like Charizard.
Charizard.
Any sort of fire Pokemon or dog-like Growlithe is one of my favorites. Vulpix is one of my favorites. Ninetales. I would say the one Pokemon I do really like that's not a dragon, but it's a dragon, it's not a fire type, is Lapras. Lapras is one of my favorites. No, but it looks like one, sort of. I don't know. She's got like a dragony head.
You do like fire types.
I do like fire types, and that gets me in trouble because usually when I build my Pokemon in the games, it's all fire types, and then I get screwed. So, but I play with Pokemon that I like, not that's gonna get me farther, and then I usually get stuck because I'm like, wow, my team can't get past here, and it's like, I wonder why.
That's why I pick different ones. I've also, because I've played Pokemon for so long, now when I play, I kind of make it my goal to pick ones I haven't played with before. Because you never know, maybe I'll suddenly start liking Gyarados. So I've been trying to pick a Pokemon, at least 2 on my party that I've never used before.
Yeah. Those are all of our favorite Pokemon and our favorite Pokemon games.
Okay, what about favorite Pokemon movie? There's too many episodes to pick.
There's too many.
So
We could pick favorite region. Let's just start with movie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll do movie. My favorite movie is the first Pokemon movie with Mewtwo. It breaks my heart, but I have a core memory from my childhood of making a fort, like a blanket fort out of the couch. And then we had that little, the little box TV, and we had rented Pokemon from Blockbuster. And I would sit in the blanket fort with my blankets and my pillows, and I would be watching Pokemon on the floor with this little TV.
Aw.
And that was a core memory. I still remember it, and it's one of my favorite Pokemon movies.
I have too many to answer this. Child, my favorite one was the third one with Entei, because I wanted to be Molly, and I wanted a known, and I think they're funny looking. Yeah, I don't know. But I think I also really enjoyed the Celebi one. I liked the whole concept. I liked the crazy forest monster Celebi, super cute. Latias one was nice. The one that stuck with me the most, probably the second one, because I saw that in theaters. It was one of the first movies I remember seeing in theaters. It wasn't like, for me, this is a great movie. It was a very huge learning curve for me when I learned about ocean currents for the first time ever. And I remember my mom trying to explain it to me in a way that wouldn't cause me anxiety. And actually, I was thinking about this movie because I was sitting through a class that I was a teaching assistant for about weather and climate in archaeology. And we were talking about the ocean currents and how they're stopping and, all the impacts of that. And I was like, oh, it's just like the movie. Lugia, come back! And that one has stuck with me because of that. So it was like almost like a trauma response and like an anxiety response. I also really like the Lucario and Mew one.
Oh, so
And sometimes I forget about the movie and then I remember it and I'm like, oh yeah, that movie.
that one was one that I think brought the movies back a bit.
Yeah.
They were on a bit of a decline and then came
The
back.
new ones, I haven't watched all of them. They're okay. I don't know, maybe you have more of an opinion. I like all of them. There we go.
So I didn't watch the very last one that just came out. I think I liked how they made like a trilogy of the Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, and Arceus. But my favorite ones would, again, have to be Lugia and, of course, Latios and Latias. I loved the whole setup in Venice they had. I guess that's one reason why I really want to go to Venice one day. But I loved the music in Lugia. Lugia is one of my favorite Pokemon. And
I think all the movies have really good music.
Mm-hmm. And if anyone's looked at the pictures on Instagram, they could see that I actually cosplayed as Melody from Pokemon 2000. So, yeah, it's a lot easier than cosplaying as Lugia. So,
I would love to see you as a Lugia, though.
I don't know how I would even start that. I'm sure people have done it, but I don't know how I would start, especially bringing that to a convention.
Fair enough.
But, yeah. I loved that character for a long time, so I actually asked somebody to make that cosplay for me, and I love it. And I actually bought the ocarina. I have the music for Lugia's song. I haven't learned how to play it yet. I actually have played it. I just didn't memorize how to do it yet. But yeah, I love it. Oh, there was also... I had the DVD for Jirachi's movie, and on that one, there was a Gotta Dance short. And I loved that short so much just because it was so goofy. So I liked that disc just for that short.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they always had the shorts, because one of them had the Togepi's Adventure one. That was super cute, too.
They had like the hide and seek one. They had 2 adventures with the Pichu brothers. Oh yeah, and the first movie had the Pokemon Vacation.
I like the Pokemon Vacation short.
Yeah.
How could you ever forget Pikachu's Vacation?
Did you watch the Zarude movie?
Zarude.
It's one of the newest ones.
I don't think I did.
Okay, it's practically Tarzan.
Oh yeah, that one. No, I haven't watched that one.
I watched that one because my brother said, you have to watch this, it's hilarious. And it's Tarzan. And I was like, oh.
No. They did make 2 movies where they basically started Ash all over again.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting because then they had one character where his Luxray actually died on screen. It's like, you did that to children? It's like, oh.
The Mewtwo Returns movie, did you see that one?
Yeah.
It made me want to become part of Team Rocket. I mean, I always wanted to become part of Team Rocket. But, like, I loved her whole thing with the black tulip and be a spy. Yeah. Fun fact, I have loved Jessie since I was a child from Team Rocket. So much so that I dressed as her for Halloween in grade 1, and my mom made me my own Team Rocket outfit.
We need to get you that Pokemon ROM hack where you're actually part of Team Rocket.
Yes.
I gotta do that for you one year.
I do like them. I like them because they're silly. I'm not a fan of Giovanni. I like his English voice actor, though.
Isn't it the same as Bakura from
Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah, exactly. Pokemon villains are interesting. The games, Team Skull is hysterical. But they all have, like, really good, catchy music. I think Team Rocket, though, is, like, the OG villain, and I like them. And I always feel bad for Meowth.
Oh.
Yeah.
And also, they, like, really underutilize his ability to talk to Pokemon. Like, that should be a much bigger deal.
You should have a job.
Like, wouldn't you want to, like, sell out your services? They're always poor. And I'm like, why don't they just, bring Meowth to trainers and be like, my Meowth talks human speak and Pokemon. He can tell you what your Pokemon is thinking.
Your Pokemon is depressed for some reason? Here's a Meowth that talks Pokemon. Speak, like, here, you can figure out what's wrong.
I just never understood why they don't utilize that for, like, monetary gain, because I would.
It's not that deep in the show.
No.
I mean, Team Rocket kind of made me obsessed with traps, so when I was a kid, I wanted to build traps to catch people in giant holes. I was, like, obsessed with digging holes all over the backyard and, like, covering them with leaves. Someone's gonna fall in. Yeah, I don't know, I was a weird kid. I'm still weird. Pokemon did a lot of weird things to my brain mentality a little bit. And yeah, watching it now, if I go back and watch the old things, makes me very emotional. The episodes, it's just, like, very nostalgic,
Yeah, but the episodes you cry in are very strange.
Because they're nostalgic.
You cry when Ponyta evolves, not when Butterfree flies away, not when Pikachu says goodbye, when Ponyta evolves.
Oh, it was so bad. I was watching this episode with my brother, because my brother and I said, hey, let's rewatch all the episodes. And we're sitting there, and, she's like, Laura, her name is Laura. She's like, oh, good job, Ponyta, good job, Ash. And then Ponyta evolves into Rapidash, and she's so proud, and I just started weeping. And my brother looks at me, he says, really, this? And I was like, it's just so wholesome. And then he said, I can never watch Pokemon with you again. We haven't watched it since. It's just an emotional time, Hits in the feels. I also find, now that I'm older, I keep seeing reels and things, and it's like, we all grew up on Pokemon, and that's why we're so sassy. Because if you actually watch back, they are so mean to each other. Mm-hmm. It's so funny. The things Ash says even are, like, peak sassy.
Oh, 100%. That's why I think a lot of the friendships I have are the way they are, because I was influenced by cartoons back, when we were watching them. Like Ash and Misty, they were mean to each other.
So mean.
I mean, their relationship started because Ash stole a bike.
Right.
And then destroyed it.
Yeah.
And then that is why Misty followed him around, was so she could get her bike back.
But Ash is just, like, so sassy to other people, too. Like, when they meet, I don't remember his name, with the camera. And he's like, the camera's my life. And Ash is like, you need a better life. Like, this is shaped who I am, personality-wise.
Oh, Pokemon.
No, Pokemon.
Todd, that's his name.
Todd's his name, thank you. Oh, I also really enjoyed Pokemon Snap.
Oh, you went obsessed over that.
Judy introduced me to Pokemon Snap, and it was admittedly more fun to play when I was breaking her records and making her angry.
Yeah. Like, I'm not great at taking photos, but I did decently well. And then she goes and does like 5 times better than me.
And she's just sitting there like, I guess save it because you did really well.
You stole my great. And it doesn't save your mediocre or not as good photos. It saves your best photos, and like all the photos are Raquel's.
Oops. It was fun. I have beat Pokemon Snap. Okay, so if you're listening and you want to see what cards we're about to pull, go to our YouTube. It's the Whole Shebang Pod, as we are everywhere else.
I believe this is the Prismatic Eeveelution. Prismatic Eevees EX, but it's Japanese, so I can't really read it.
It is the Japanese version, and this was a very nice gift of Judy because we all love to open card pack. So, until next time, guys, what's your favorite Pokemon? Drop it down below in the comments. As always, take care, and cheers. That's all for today. Catch us on Instagram, where we drop teasers for the next show, and our Discord account. Links are down below.